Oprah and Gail this weekend are in Venice watching their dear, dear lifelong friends, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, get married, because that's what you do when you are Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. You invite only your close. I mean, you're literally one of the richest men in the world, worth $250 billion. So you'd make sure that you only invite the people who love you for you. You know, the people who were there before you built Amazon.
In recent news, a scorching takedown unfolds over Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's lavish $250 billion Venice wedding. Host exposes the star-studded guest list packed with celebrities, the indulgent foam party antics, and the shocking physical transformations tied to powerful billionaire influence. Is this just decadence or a brutal power play? Let's break this down together.
You know, like Gail, like Tom Brady, like all of the Kardashians who are there, like Orlando Bloom. It's super tight. Literally 2 out of the 6 space morons have been invited. Right? It's like Lauren Sanchez is one, but they invited Gail and they invited Katy Perry, who's not going. This is exactly what Meghan and Harry did. The bigger your name, the more likely you were to get an invite, because
this reveals how Bezos' wedding isn't about intimate friendship, but a celebrity popularity contest, reflecting elitist gatekeeping where status trumps genuine relationships.
What matters to them is that it's a star-studded event, not that they have dear friends who love them standing up for them when they take a sacred vow.
Yeah, I think there are only 200 guests. It's for people this wealthy and famous and powerful.
Yeah.
It's a small guest list. And it reminded me, it's so funny you said Harry and Meghan, because I've never respected Reese Witherspoon more, because she was allegedly invited to the Harry and Meghan wedding, and she declined the invite saying, "I don't know them." And I thought that was so amazing, because like, I think there might be a part of me that would be like, I want to see the spectacle. I wonder what it would be like to like have a front row or a back row seat, whatever to it. But you know, it was Oprah at the wedding. And it's also this kind of like, just like when I saw Tom Brady disembarking and Scooter Braun and a Kardashian, like all, like, I think Diddy's losing his mind at MDC
Jared
right now.
and Ivanka are going.
That's like, these are his people, oiled up Kardashians in cat suits exiting water taxis and obscene foam parties thrown on private yachts. To me, just my opinion, it feels very freak off adjacent. It feels very decadent. I wonder how much of this stuff is taking place on open water to get around other countries' laws, you know? It feels like a freak show, and it just feels very just like it's aggressively an FU to the rest of us who are just grinding it out day to day.
It highlights blatant disregard for public perception and legal boundaries, flaunting obscenely excessive wealth as a defiant middle finger to everyday people struggling to get by.
I mean, look at her bouncing around. It is like bouncing around with her pneumatic boobs, and like they're like, it's just disgusting. And you know, Oprah and Gail, I have a theory. I just think Oprah's around too many dark people. I just think she is. And I think she's really soiling her legacy. And then how does Gayle King go back to CBS Mornings and her job and pretend that she's anything approaching a journalist running around with people like this?
No, it's ridiculous. And can I tell you something? So all I can think of, maybe it's just me because I'm, really a regular person. When I watch all that foam on that yacht, I'm thinking, imagine, like, I'd be worried that my fancy yacht was going to get stained by weird chemicals that came from the foam. This is so excessive. You have an enormous yacht. Your yacht has a yacht to hold all of your toys. And also, I'm told, Lauren Sanchez's weird girl pals who he doesn't want on the main yacht. And then on top of that, you risk spoiling your yacht with a bunch of foam that I went to a party one time years ago where they had foam in their huge swimming pool, outdoors, by the way, in Texas, and it was super fun. That didn't pose any risk. We were outdoors. It was a big actual outdoor swimming pool. This is on a yacht. I just feel like the excessiveness of it is meant, it's the same thing as like fanning out your money and with a middle finger in front of it for the paparazzi. That's who it is, because they call the paparazzi. I am 100% convinced. Yeah. I was just telling Paul Murray when I did his show on Sky News, I was just on a boat for a week in Greece. You know why I didn't get photographed on the boat in Greece? Because I didn't go call the paparazzi and say, hey, I'm on a boat in Greece. Come take my picture. There is a reason these two always happen to get shot while on their yacht. Same with J-Lo. Have you ever missed a J-Lo appearance on a yacht? Never. We just happened to see him smacking her ass. We just happened to see the foam party. So they want us to be looking at this, Maureen, which is a real middle finger with the money splayed out Marie Antoinette moment.
Well, later I want to hear all about your Greece trip via boat. But the thing that, so I also believe that this is, I columned on it for the Mail the other day, and I called it Jeff Bezos's big fat incel wedding. Because I think so much of this has always been, ever since he split with Mackenzie Scott and, you know, his relationship, his extramarital relationship with Lauren came to light. They've both undergone significant physical transformations. Her face has become a sea of injectables, a repository for injectables, as have apparently her breasts and her butt. Jeff has transformed himself into some sort of very taut, muscular, bald, glowing personage that to me resembles a walking penis. The foam party feels very frat boy to me. It's like, look at me. Like the foam coming out is like a huge ejaculation of like, look at my sexual prowess. I am a hot guy. And this one I'm marrying, I'm actually having sex with her. Can you guys believe this?
Dramatically exposes the toxic masculinity and juvenile bravado behind the spectacle, where billionaire power fantasy turns into a grotesque public display of dominance and control.
Can you believe it?
It's so true. He does. I'm sorry. He does look like a walking penis. We showed this. I don't know if this is the before and after, but look at this. This is the before and after. This is what Jeff Bezos actually looks like on the left. And then here he is over on the right, post whatever he's doing. Maybe it's just hitting the gym in the same way Jennifer Aniston is just drinking a lot of water. But I venture to say some other things have happened there to make him look like that. But you're right, that he's like so bald and his head is so round. He does look a little too taut, and it does give penis vibes. I'm not going to lie, it's not a good look for him. And I don't know what she's doing, because she, unlike him, she was more beautiful before. Like she was actually very pretty when she was just normal. And now, I mean, she's my age. I don't know what she's done. All I can say is I think plastic surgery is addictive for some people. And they think they've got to keep one upping. They have one thing done and they get compliments on it. And then they're like, oh, I have to have 10 other things. And then like when that procedure starts to wane, like the filler starts to like dissolve or whatever it does, they're like, I need more. And if a little was good, more must be good. And now she's made her face look like deformed. It's sad.
I also wonder how much of what she looks like now is Jeff's dictates. Like, this is what you're going to look like. You know, we saw it with Diddy, you know, the testimony, and it was in Cassie's original complaint where he made her go get breast implants. And she came out of that surgery and he was like, I don't like the way these look. And he took her back to that doctor and said, remove them and put new ones in. And there's, you know, that's a horror story. But I feel as though this entire thing is such a farce. Number one, not least because we just learned they got married a month ago. They've been legally married for a month. Right. Okay, so this is just a big F-U. Look at how much money we have, the people we can buy. We can buy the city of Venice, which the residents, the Venetians, do not want them there. But I also think that Lauren Sanchez, we talk about this all the time. The more someone protests to the contrary, the more likely the opposite is to be true. Lauren Sanchez living her best life? I don't think so. I think she's paying a very, very, very high price to be the next Mrs. Jeff Bezos. And I think she has to look the way he wants. I think she has to look like a sex doll. I think it was his idea. This is just my opinion. For her to go to the Trump inauguration in a low-cut, cleavage-bearing tuxedo jacket, to have Mark Zuckerberg, another incel-y tech guy, openly ogle her, you know, and be shot by this is humiliation.
So let me say something about this. So you're right. And she is starting to look like a blow-up doll. And it's
Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding isn't just an ultra-rich celebration. It's a lavish power play dripping in excess and controlling beauty standards. From the star-studded but transactional guest list to the indulgent foam parties and forced physical transformations, it's a stark display of billionaire arrogance masking deep insecurities and gendered control. What do you think? Power or prison? Drop your take below and hit subscribe for more hard-hitting truth.